Twist.
I'm talking about the kilts.
Oh, yeah.
The ski and do. The hunting knife of the Scot. It's what we use for gutting fish, skinging rabbits or haggis. Whatever we'd caught for our evening meal. Sorry, I've never killed anybody with it.
Yeah,
so far, yeah.
On the end of my ski and do, I have a cairn gorm. Now, that is a semi-precious stone found in the Highlands of Scotland. You know the cairngorm, don't you? The glowing rock. Yeah. No, it's not getting amber.
We're going to see the Edinburgh Castle now, but this sign is right outside where the bus is letting us off as we walk around the corner. Bus group, we're up on top of the hill. This was a volcano we just heard that was scraped on three sides by glaciers, and the road we just came up was a glacier moraine, terminal moraine, I think it's called. They love their pubs here. And this is, I'll just scan up the hill to the Scottish flag, blue and white cross. They are of the Protestant religion formed by John Knox. Building scaffolding for this Royal Edinburgh military tattoo is going to happen here, or just happened here. That's why we can't come up. So there's the Scottish lion and the crown. This is the famous Edinburgh Castle up on top of the hill. I'm going to scan the hills to the west, I think he said. We're facing north, there's west, there's the skyline, and the glaciers came and scraped away the volcanic ash.
That doesn't mean anything.
You have to sign this one.
Our group is handing out the tickets here.
For anybody else, this is very private.
Private group.
Now, just down to my right is a stairway. It's called the Lang Stairs. And Lang is simply an old Scottish word which means long. So it's the Long or the Lang Stairs. Used to be the only way into the heart or the citadel of Edinburgh Castle. And it comes out here. Now, I'm going to mention it again to you later. So remember, this is where it comes out. Up on the wall to my right, a plaque to Sir Thomas Randolph. And Sir Thomas Randolph was the Earl of Moraine. He captured Edinburgh Castle using strategy. Story tells us that he started at the very bottom of the hill with around 300 men. Of 300 soldiers. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking to yourself, 300 against 30.
You just mentioned a Pontius Pilate. Where did you hear that from?
That's the truth.
How do you know that?
Well, there's two sergeants arguing. One sergeant from the Royal Scots, one from the King's Own Borders.
Yeah.
And they were arguing as to who was the oldest regiment.
Yeah.
The sergeant from the Royal Scots said, the man from the King's Own Borders said, well, we were there when Pontius Pilate was there. And the man from the sergeant from the Royal Scots said, yeah, we were Pontius Pilate's bodyguard. So the other man gave up. Off you go. This is private. What part of private don't they understand?
Put your hand out.
Get the hat off and collect the money from them.
Yeah.
I'm going to get her as my agent. Oh, yeah. It was built as a chapel and is still used today as a chapel. Every member
That building is from the year 1094.
Or baptized
1,000-year-old building.
It is non-denominational. And the Scots love to get married in that chapel. Why?
Small wedding.
It's not free. But look at the size of the building. So all his nobles got together and they bought him a wedding present. I want to buy a king for a wedding present.
A castle.
And don't say a queen. Great big muckle cannon called Mons Meg. Built in the town of Mons in Belgium. And before you ask, it was...
And with that, I can make a tune. Now, these instruments were first invented 1,000 years ago in northern Spain to teach mothers how to sing. And they've been in use continuously ever since, without a break. Very quickly, they shrank to a more usable version. The first version was called an organistrum and involved 2 people. It then shrank to a shoebox-sized instrument called a symphony. And then in 1450,
this is a great hall. Weapons and interesting ceiling. He mentioned before there's no nails in the ceiling. It's all put together with wooden pegs. Beautifully done. And that's the great hall. There's William Wallace taking pictures with people, huh? Well, this is on tomorrow's agenda. We're going to go to a Scotch whiskey tasting. This place has got 3,500 bottles of Scotch. There's a mime. The Invisible Man. We're on the Miracle Mile, or the Royal Mile, and there's the Invisible Woman. And somewhere down inside are the real people. You see where their heads are? This is just an impromptu group of drummers.
Maybe a practice.
Probably students, maybe. Making a bit of noise right on Princess Street in front of our hotel. Here's a typical taxi with advertising on it. Well, you look lovely, dear. You look lovely tonight. With your belt on. Let me see your belt. This is the reception greeting we're getting with a beautiful bagpiper who's really going to town. This is the reception room we've got. Here's our piper. He's not from Hamlin, Tommy was the Pied Piper of Hamlin.
And Robbie runs a steamer for quite a lot of pints.
Some Haggis in there.
Drink whiskey. 2 of them chasing the ladies.
That's the Haggis. Going to open up the Haggis there.
Can we catch it? Can we catch it? Specially designed Haggis catching whistle. Trust me, it works. You're the worthy of grace, Limes Manera.
Wow!
You're going to traitors. Like amber. That's nice! Cut you out with any slick. Drenching your groaning enfields back like any
Oh!
And then, through bloody floods.
Bloody flood.
Used to dash.
He just stuck his hand in there.
Oh, and fact. But Mark, he'll make it whistle, and legs, and ears,
replications
Haggis!
of the enemy.
I'll dance like
He just cut his head off.
ye pillars,
So that's what haggis
ye
is.
pillars that mark mankind here here. And this the root of Bill of Fear. Old Scotland wants these skinking wear. The dukes in are great for prayer. Gear. Haggis. Thank you very much.
That's what haggis is. You cut his head off. You cut the head off, and then you got real haggis.
Ladies and gentlemen.
They say it's
That means all of well.
have they not paused? No.
There's the head. There's the guide. They march out together. The haggis is disappearing, huh? Hey, this is Stirling Castle. They just redone the Royal Great Hall.